What is up, Guardians? Doodle here from Doodles of Destiny, and today we will be diving into my favorite dungeon, Prophecy. In this dungeon, you and your fire team can travel into the realm of the Nine and learn the secrets of the darkness. With hidden chests, collectible urns, and a giant Kel Echo, this in my opinion is Destiny 2's best dungeon. So sit back and relax as we travel into the realm of the Nine and break down the mechanics and hidden treasure in Destiny 2's third dungeon. When you load into this activity, you will spawn in a dark room with a portal. This portal will send you to the beginning of the dungeon encounter. However, before you jump on through this portal, if you turn behind you, you'll see a ledge with your first urn. After you collect this urn, you can go ahead and jump on through to the realm of the Nine, where you will find your first wave of taken enemies. But if you turn around as soon as you load in and run to the back of the room and look behind this rock, you will see the second urn. In this room, you will be introduced into the main mechanic that is used throughout this dungeon, which is killing taken knights that spawn light or dark motes. To control which motes the knights drop, you will have to make sure you know which motes you are looking for. What I mean by this is that if you are looking for light motes, you must make sure you are standing in the light while you kill the taken knight. The same applies for dark motes. If you want to collect dark motes, you must kill the taken knights while standing in the dark. Once you have collected 5 motes, you will see your guardian trade out their weapon for a mote. You will take this mote to the corresponding well that is stationed in the back of the room. Once you are over or on top of the well, you can dunk the motes. There are 2 wells in each room, one for light and one for dark. Once you have completed dunking in both rooms, you will end the encounter and your pathway will open and reveal itself. You will notice that there is a giant Kel Echo and some rocks cascading upwards. This will lead you to your next encounter, but if you hang a hard right, instead of running forward, you will find a long cave with black spheres floating in the air. Pass along them on the left and you will see your third urn. Make your way back to where you saw the rocks going up. You can then begin to climb up to the top where you see a jutting out platform, leading you to a floating arena. If you look to your right on this platform and make your way over to the outside of the arena, you will see your fourth urn. Once you have jumped into the center arena and rallied your banner, you will be ready for the next encounter. You will then see a Toland Wisp in the center of the arena. Run up to this and begin the encounter. When the encounter has begun, you will see a taken Phalanx Echo with a shield around him. You will also notice that there are 2 wells of dark and 2 wells of light placed around the arena. In order to take off the boss's shield, you will have to dunk motes into all 4 wells. Once you have, the boss's shield will disappear and you can begin DPS. Now it is possible to single phase this boss using something like Guillotine, but just in case you don't single phase this boss, you will have to repeat the process of dunking motes into the wells in order to remove his shield again. Once you have taken away the shield and destroyed the taken Phalanx Echo, you will receive your first chest of loot. Moving on from there, you will all go to the center of the arena where it will transport you to the next encounter. You will arrive in the Wastelands, a desert full of taken and darkness. If you immediately turn to the right and follow this path, you will see your 5th urn behind this pillar. Now this part of the dungeon doesn't really have mechanics, so to say, but it does have one hidden treasure. While you are out exploring, and if you happen to see a yellow pile of sand, quickly run up and drop down and you will find some sweet loot. Your goal in the Wastelands is to look for the Toland-like Wisp. Wherever you find him, you will notice 3 taken blights with a bunch of taken around them. You will have to destroy the blights in order to move on to the next encounter. There will be a total of 3 blight encounters in the Wastelands, which you will have to find by driving around and exploring the area. But be careful, as there are invisible taken boss minotaurs hidden all over the map which can take you out if you are not careful. Once you have destroyed all of the taken blights, you will be prompted that a door has opened. You will then go to the building on the outskirts that has a glowing hallway, but before you go in, if you kind of go behind the hill and to the left, you will find your 6th urn. When you have passed through this glowing hallway, you will be in a room I like to call the hexahedron, and this is where the dungeon, in my opinion, starts to get tricky. You will be presented with the same mechanics as the first and second encounters. You will be dunking light motes or dark motes depending on where Toland is hovering above. Every time you dunk motes under Toland, you will return to the center of the room. This will teleport you to a different perspective of the room, kind of like the painting by MC Escher. You will continue this process until you finally arrive into the room with some taken bosses, which if you are able to breeze through the Phalanx boss, these ones shouldn't be too much of an issue for you. Now there are 2 urns you can find in the hexahedron encounter. Urn number 7 you can find at the top of the first room you enter in. I would recommend grabbing this before you start the encounter. Urn 8 can be found in the final room with the bosses. As you can see in the background gameplay, it is also at the top of the room. Once you have collected your loot and your urns, you will see a glowing pathway above the chest. You will go through this hallway again until you reach the wastelands. Now you will notice the Taken Kell Echo on a hill off to your right. Follow him quickly to the building posed behind him and enter through the glowing hallway. This will take you to your next encounter. This part of the dungeon can be either really fun or a nightmare. The Singularity Jump puzzle also has 2 hidden urns and a secret treasure chest. When you first load in, you will notice a bunch of roads descending off to the left, but if you turn around and run the opposite direction, you will see urn number 9 sitting on a floating platform. While you are descending down these roads, you will eventually get to a midway section where a Taken Knight is on the upper right hand ledge. Kill the Taken Knight and follow the path upwards till you come out into an open area. Veer off to the left and you will see an edge where a floating platform is off in the distance. There is where urn number 10 is. In the last little building in this encounter, there will be a hidden hole which you can drop down into. Follow the path across the gap and you will come across a hidden treasure. After all that is said and done and you've reached the bottom of the road, you will be thrown skywards up into an elevator where you will face your final encounter. You will arrive in a room completely filled with Taken. You can choose to kill them quickly or run up the stairs. If you take the staircase on your right, you will come across urn number 11 here in the dark. No matter which staircase you decide to take, it will lead you to an open glowing hallway leading you to a fold down staircase. Once you reach the top, you will be in the next room where you are encountering the boss. Before you start this encounter, your final urn will be hidden in a dark little corner up on a collapsed ledge. Earn it. From here you will encounter 4 bosses, one set up in each corner which you will not be able to kill. That is, if you shoot them. In order to remove these annoying bosses, you must dunk the right motes into the surrounding wells. The wells will be placed right in front of the bosses, so be careful. Once you have dunked all the motes, you will run into the center of the room similar to the hexahedron encounter. You will be teleported into a long hallway where you will see the Taken Kell Echo. This is the only room you can do DPS in, so make sure you are ready and locked and loaded. During this phase, you will have to stay within the Kell Echo's ring of swirling light. If you don't, he will teleport you back to the beginning of the room. This can be a death sentence, as if you are not within this ring, you will die from Dark, a trophy. It is possible to single phase this boss, but just in case you don't, you will chase him down the hallway doing DPS and killing Taken hobgoblins until you get to the end. If you have not killed him, he will teleport away. You will follow him back into the previous room where the room will have rotated. You will repeat this process of dunking the motes in front of the 4 bosses and run back to the center to engage in DPS. Repeat until you have destroyed the Taken Kell Echo and you will be transported to your final treasure chest where there will be a large floating member of the 9. Whew, well there you have it. 12 urns, 2 treasures, and you defeated the darkness. Again. Hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below. And as always, this is Doodle from Doodles of Destiny.